thinking back to when I was a little girl, there were days that I didn't want to get up at 6 in the morning and ski on rough water. But I persevered, and Jesus saw me through as I strived to live out one of my favorite verses. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. Today is truly a dream come true, and I want you to know I could not have done this alone. The support of my friends and family who are here today know that this is because of you helping me achieve my goals. I'd like to share with you a little bit about how I got started and some of the people I skied with. I learned how to ski when I was 7 years old with the help of my dad and Pete Bate. Thanks, Pete. They got me set up on the beach and drugged me off with a 7.5 horsepower fishing boat. Shortly after that, my dad got John Gillette's book on barefooting. He decided he'd try to teach himself without a wetsuit or the proper equipment. He was black and blue all over. And in spite of this, I said, "Dad, please teach me how to barefoot." I'm so glad he decided to get me a wetsuit and took the advice of Robert, that's right, and got one of the best boats out there, a Nautique. Shortly after learning, I had my first professional lesson with Rick and Lori Powell. I'll never forget the Powells calling to congratulate me when I won my first gold medal in the Junior Girls Trick event in 1990. That first wetsuit I had to share with my brother. I remember those cold mornings trying to decide who's gonna go first and who's gonna go second and put that wet wetsuit on. In 1996, I started training under the instruction of Lane Bowers. I attribute many of my successes to his style of teaching. He also equipped me with the tools to teach others to barefoot without falling. I lived for a short time in Houston, Texas, and had the privilege of skiing with Dan Cummings and Tom Walsh. All Tom required is I show up with a 5-gallon can of gas and put up with his craziness. My parents saw me through all of my barefooting days. My mom was my first boat driver, helping me master the back deep water start behind the boat. Thanks, Mom. My dad eventually became my primary driver and coach, taking me out on the water before and after work, and always being so fashionable in his barefoot t-shirts. I'm surprised you don't have one on now. Love you, Dad. At tournaments, people took me in as friends and family, and they embraced me and helped and encouraged me. People like Joe Knapp, Don Simon, William Farrell, Doug Cook, and many, many more. I also had the privilege of coaching the junior barefoot team with Joe Knapp. Thanks, Joe. That was an awesome experience. And I had the support of my World Barefoot team members. Lane, Keith St. Ange, and John Kretschmann were always there helping me to train for the Worlds. I especially want to thank my sponsors who stood by me. Joanne Price, Richard Gray, Peter Fleck, Mike Seipel, Lane Bowers, my dad, husband, all my Freedom Footer supporters, friends and family who stood by me through many, many years, not only financially, but also through prayer and traveling to many tournaments with me as well. Thank you so much. In conclusion, maybe you're wondering what I'm doing now. Well, my family, we recently bought a boat, and as you know, boats require a lot of maintenance, and my husband is very diligent keeping our boat running, and I'm having the opportunity to barefoot again, and my 2 kids, Daniel and Marie, cheer me on. I've also had the opportunity to teach some of the Carolina show ski members how to barefoot and watch my kids as they experience firsthand the joy of barefooting. To end, I'd like to share with you a few of my barefooting success tips. Never put on lotion before barefooting. If you're using a tournament supplied handle, wear gloves because the person before you may have put lotion on. When you're at the end of your rope, ski. Before doing hard tricks, go through a checklist to have your head up, shoulder roll, meet hip, hips forward, knees bouncy touncy, ankles flexed, and gliding, like this. To get in the zone, do a ballet dance to warm up, and possibly listen to a little Michael Jackson. Give these driver instructions: medium, medium, fast to 40, and don't bounce me over the roller. If you happen to get bounced over the roller, be sure and have William Farrell put in a request for a reride. Thanks, Willie. You are in control of yourself, not others. Pray asking Jesus to help you do your very best, to do your runs like you practiced. Just take it one trick at a time, and don't forget to smile. Thanks again for being here, everyone. It means the world to me. Looking forward to connecting with you after this.